Hey Blaze, so this is the your second config for your SaberForge Venom Saber. So I'm just going to run through the config for you real quick and show you what's on it. And then as soon as your Saber arrives, we'll have it flashed on your Saber. And then I'll do one more demo for you with it on your actual Saber, so you can hear like the sound differences and stuff. And just make sure everything looks okay. And then I'll ship the Saber back out to you. All right, so and this is sort of a combo config as you asked for. So it's got some Vader stuff on there, some like Dark Anakin and Vader, and then it's got some non-Star Wars stuff on there too. So I'm gonna sort of dim the lights here and we'll get started here. So this first one is Vader EP3 from JuanSith.
Battery power level.
So I'm just going to go back one so you can hear the boot sound.
Lord Vader, you're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin.
So this has 3 preons. That's one of them. And that's your post off.
Rise.
That's your second preon. I'll silence the post off the second.
You're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin.
I was supposed to play the third one. I thought I had no repeat random on here. Oh, I don't. I'll have to add it on that config.
You're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin.
Okay. We'll have to double check because I'm pretty sure I had 3 preons on there. There may only be 2, but I thought there were 3. So this is your red blade. So this is technically an episode 3 sound font. So technically it should be blue, but you wanted a red one, so I'll give you a red one. It's all good. And this is this is what I call a double flicker. So what this is a red audio flicker with a second audio flicker layer on the main blade. So it's doing 2 audio flicker layers here. So you can see it bounces quite a bit. Now I normally wouldn't attempt a blade style like this with a brighter color, like for a yellow or even a blue, like a bright blue or a bright green. That would be a little bit too much bounce on the eyes, but with red, because it's sort of a darker color, denser color, it's a little easier on the eyes. Okay. Force effect sounds. I think you're post off. Okay, and then the second one is Dark Rogue Leaguer V3 from BKSaberSounds. Now, the title of this sound font may be a little misleading. So this is actually sort of a generic OT Vader font. I don't believe this font is actually based on Rogue One. So, and you'll hear that from like a lot of the quote tracks and stuff. Slower ignition. It's got my little OT floaty emitter thing. original trilogy color combos and the clashes, so you're going to see like little hints of green and yellow in here. As well as in the lockup, a lot of green and yellow.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
And like a lot of the quotes are from OT, from like New Hope and from Empire Strikes Back.
Your powers are weak, old man. Don't make me destroy you. I have you now.
And then this is a single audio flicker. So you can tell the difference from the first one to this one. This one is not flickering nearly as hard. This is TiEleader from JuanSith, and this is OT sound font for Vader. And this one, I slowed down the ignition to match the out file. And this is what I call one of my pastel styles. If I can't get them melt here. There you go. Now you may have seen a couple of false clashes on there, and that's because this particular sound font so loud. This is one of the louder ones. It's not a lot, but it's noticeably louder than a lot of the other ones. There's a second one on here too, I think Noble. It's also really loud. So I'm going to have to work on ratcheting up rather the clash sensitivity threshold just a little bit, so that the false clashes go away. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I have your Saber and have this config on that Saber before I tweak with the clash thresholds, because until I know how it resonates on your Saber, there's really no point in me messing around with that threshold until it's actually on your Saber, because yours is going to be a little bit different than mine. This is a Saber Trio Vectra, and this has got a 28mm speaker, so it's going to have the same speaker as yours, but the resonance in this Saber is going to be just a little bit different than it is in yours. All right, so the next one is RedFive. This is a Luke Skywalker New Hope font. So we've got our Graflex Blue. Slow retraction too. Now, I was going to say something about that one, but I don't remember what. Oh, it must not have been important. But all right. So next one is DarkSaber from Mando.
I am told it is the Dark Saber. This is the way. This is the way.
Soundtrack. So this one does a really bright white black ignition. I'll show it to you again.
I'd put that on ice if I were you.
Then it drops down into a mid silver with some black denting in the blade. Now, there are a couple of ways I could have done this. I could have opted for just a main blade that had sort of black-white, but what I decided to do instead is I decided to do a silver blade with black rain dents, and I'm doing them at a high frequency. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to give the lockups and the lightning blocks more of a fractured, separated look. So with the rain dents, that's essentially what the side effect you get. So with these rain dents on the blade, they interrupt with the lockup color and the lightning block color. So you get something like this, where you see it getting separated out. And then this is lightning block. And then this is the clash. And again, you get that sort of separated. You can still see the bright bulb, but it's sort of picked apart a little bit. And that's the effect I was going for. Stab.
You are fighting against the blade.
Don't be afraid of who you are.
This is EvilRey. This is a slightly darker red blade. And this is a hump flicker with a pulse on it. It's got a slight pulse on it. This was the other sound font that's kicking up the false clashes. It was this one in TinyDroid. And it's because that even though the hum doesn't sound very loud, it's really, really bassy. So inside the Saber, it's resonating really hard. This is TinyDroid from BKSaberSounds.
Hello. No, thank you.
thank you. No, thank you. Hello. I have a squeaky wheel. No, thank you.
Now I talked to Brian over at BKSaberSounds. I asked him about getting the blade style for this one that he originally did. Because I know you said you liked it, you wanted it on here. He didn't have it because this was a demo he made a while back, like a couple of years ago. And so I basically just watched this video and recreated it as best I could. So basically what it is it's a green pulse blade, and it's got an orange emitter flare, and it's got a brightness on the swing. So it's got a slight color elevation, about 15-20% bright on the swing. All right, now we're getting into the non-Star Wars stuff. So this is BinaryDark from Greyscale. And this is Greyscale's blade style that came with it, that you liked. Which is a color-changing blade. It's not a color wheel, but it is a color-changing blade. Sort of like a more modern version of a dual phase. And then the red blade on this does the has a fire swing. Force effect. Force effect again. So it's doing color switching on the force effect. It's really neat. It's a really inventive blade style. I like it.
Godzilla.
This is Godzilla from Mountain Sabers. This is basically a blue unstable blade, or a blue flame blade, with some white transitions. So it has like a reverse enhanced swing, or scaled swing of white. So when you swing it, it sort of scales on the top 2/3 of the blade with a white effect, but it stays blue down below. But if you do a full swing, the whole blade goes white. So basically, the harder the velocity of the swing, the more the white licks the blade. Yes, that was Godzilla.
Proxima.
And this is, I think this is the last one on here. Yeah, this is the last one on here. ProximaCentauri from, this is from SaberFont.com. It's from a company called Zuvio, I think. I've never gotten a font from them before, but this is your lava lamp blaze style. Yeah, I did some fun stuff on here with the clashes and the blasts. I did sort of this aftershock of sparks after the clash. So blasts. Tip drag. It's force effect sound. So that is what's on your config, and yeah, so when your Saber arrives, I'll go ahead and transfer it over, then do sort of a last like a sound check, and then make sure that the thresholds are set a little bit better for, especially for the TinyDroid and the EvilRey fonts, so that they're not kicking up any kind of false clashes for you. So yeah, all right, man, take care, talk to you soon.